Guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to style Applejack's mane. So the things you guys will need is a comb. Well, this thing is optional as conditioner if you want her mane to be smooth. And some scissors, just so you can, cut the mane and tail. And, oh God, my phone just went off. Just ignore that. And if you were wondering why Rarity's here, I'm just styling her mane at the moment, so ignore Rarity. I'll just put her to the side. And let's start Applejack. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put hot water in my sink here just so I can rub it around. Oh my phone is going off. Just so I can rub it around, like, wet her mane and all that stuff. Okay, now that you got the hot water in there, so you just want to grab your pony and you just kind of want to sway her in there and just get a better view. Okay, so you just want to put their mane and their tail in the water. So this water is really hot, so it'll be very, I recommend hot water. You don't have to do hot water, but that's what I recommend. What you want to do is, I've already combed her mane and tail before, but I'm just going to comb it again. What you want to do is you just want to comb her mane and her tail until you got it pretty well combed like I do. Like I said, I already combed it earlier. You probably want to get, you don't want to be able to get stuck right here. Just want to get it nice and good. You might have to wet it a bit while you're combing it. That's okay. So yeah, I have it combed right here. It's nice and perfectly combed. I'll just go over combing it and I'll be right back. Okay, now since you got the mane and tail nice and combed, you want to grab some conditioner, not too much. I like to use Tresemme. It actually makes the hair, mane / tail and hair just really soft and good. Now you don't want too much, but you want enough that'll suit, kind of make it nice and good. So I kind of have about less than, I'd say just a bit. I don't know how much you want to put. It depends how soft you want it to be. But it kind of ends up the same, no matter how you do it. But I kind of like it just a little bit, not too much, not too little. Just, see, it kind of already feels soft, which is, that's why I like it. That's why I like Tresemme. So what I like to do is I just like to comb it while there's still conditioner in there and just make it nice and soft. And since there's conditioner in there, it'll just make it a little more soft while you're combing it. And then after I comb it for a bit, I just combed it really well, because it's already combed, like I said, I just like to leave it, let the conditioner soak in. I like to leave it for about 5 minutes and then I'll come back to it. Okay, so I let Applejack and the conditioner sit in her mane for 5 minutes and it feels really soft. Also, just wanted to say, if you have any frizz at the bottom here like I do, don't worry about that. We'll cut that off, which is not too much. It's good. We're just gonna cut it off about that much. But now I just like to comb it again, just to make sure nothing got tangled while it was sitting. And now we can get on to some of the fun stuff. Okay, so we're just gonna rinse all the conditioner off in the boiling hot water that is burning me. Okay, it doesn't have to be as hot as I put it. It was steaming, so yeah. Okay, so now that we just rubbed all the conditioner off, we can separate the hair. Now it kind of a little bit separates for you at the beginning. So what we want to just do is we just want to put the bottom half around her hoof and just put this in the middle. I just have a couple rubber bands here. I suggest just putting it on, but I don't have nails. But you want to put it on so that it stays right here, not over here, unless if it works just like that. Also, I might have forgot to say this in the beginning, but you just need some You also need two red rubber bands if you want it to be like the show. I just got a pink one because it's the closest thing to red ones and I can't find any red ones. So yeah. So now that we have this just tied up, we'll just wait for a bit. Just make sure that it stays here once we take off the rubber bands. So we'll just let her sit. Also, you don't have to let her sit for till it dries. No, I don't like to do that. I like to let her sit for, I'd say, about another 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna dump her in water again just for her to clump together. So now that we have her hair just in like that, we can just let her sit for 5 minutes just to get the hair used to the shape, and it'll stick right there once we take it off. It might not stick, that's okay, as long as just once you cut it, it mostly stays in the middle, just so it looks like the Applejack in the show. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes, and I just let her mane just stay in the middle, kind of like that. So let's just take the band off if I can. I can't hear. Okay, so I'm just going to take the band off. Now it should kind of stay. I kind of just moved it a bit. See, now if it moves just to one side, you just want to hold it to this side for a bit. And while it was kind of drying, getting stayed in place, I just kind of combed the mane and the tail just so it'll just be a bit better. So now you just got to leave it just like that, just for a bit. So now, there we go. Now we just gotta do that just so you want to make sure because we're gonna start cutting right now. You want to make sure when you're cutting, it's nice and soaked, and you want to make sure that the hair isn't all clumped up. You want to make sure that the hair is all together, nice and straight. You might have to kind of put it in a band for a bit or something. I think that's what I'm going to do just to make sure that it doesn't get all, in like how it's doing right now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it in there and I'm just going to grab a little rubber band and I'm just going to just tie it right here just so it doesn't clump and then just not stick together, because that's what we want right now. So just so when it dries, it doesn't look all funky. So if you were wondering, that's why. Also, if you can use gel to keep her mane in place, but I'm not really a fan of. I don't have gel, first of all, with me right now, and second of all, I kind of like the feeling of the soft mane when it's like this. So I'm not gonna use gel, but if it ever kind of gets out of place, you probably just want to gel it into place. That's what I would do, though. I'm not sure if you would do, but that's what I would do. See, now that we banded it, that's what I'm going to call it. Now that we banded it, it's just staying in place, and that's what we want. So we're just going to leave that just for a minute or two, not too long. But what we also want to do, just so it also stays in place, I'm just going to use that pink rubber band and just put a band in the middle again. You might have to do it twice, just this one's a little over big, so just put a band in the middle, just like that, just so it stays in place, and then leave it for a minute or two, just for that, to make sure that it doesn't clump. So it's been about a minute, so now we can just take this little band off. So it should be just kind of hanging over that. So if we take this band off, it should be all not clumped, but it hates me. This should be fine. Just gotta make sure that it's all nice and good. See, that's perfect. That's how you want it to be. Now see how it's staying in the middle? That's what you want. So what we're going to do, I'm sorry if this was a long video, but what we're going to do is we're just going to cut. So what you want to do is you just want to kind of cut up to the middle of her eye. Just right. Oh God, these scissors aren't good, are they? So we just want to cut up to the middle of her eye. Just about right there. Okay, so as you can see, I kind of cut until like at the middle around her eye. Might be a little, that's actually the perfect size. So now it's just clumped again. So you can just put a band right there like I'm going to do. Just put a band right there just to make sure that it kind of stays in that kind of round area. Just right there. And now we're just going to do her kind of mane, other side of the mane. So what we want to do is we're just going to grab a little red band and we're just going to band it around about where it is, which it's supposed to be. Okay, so now we kind of have the band in place. So what you want to do is you just want to cut just a bit off the band. So just about right there should be good. So I'm just going to cut there. So as you can see, I kind of just cut it a little here, not too far from the little band. And I just got another one that has actually red in it and it's more similar. So we're just going to put the band right here and we're going to cut near it. Okay, so I put the rubber band on. I'm just going to move it a little up. You're just going to cut about a little bit, about this far from the band. And now what we got to do is just this really important part. Band this. So it'll shape like this, and you can see how I have kind of a little it crossed over right here. Just so it'll hold this down, and then this so it'll separate it. So, and then now we're just gonna leave Applejack here and wait for her to dry. So this is how Applejack looks like while she's dry. Her top part kind of clumped and went to the side, but that actually looks pretty nice. Doesn't have to stay in the front, and I just noticed that. To the side, it actually looks pretty. I just gotta put it down a bit, kind of like that or something. But I'll figure it out later. I actually just have to look at that picture of Applejack again, just make sure it looks nice. Her mane is still a little bit wet, but it's okay. I just need to wrap this up before I go to sleep. That's why I'm so quiet. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys like this video, please like the video. If you guys, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. If you guys have any ideas for future videos, please comment down below. And if you guys want more, please subscribe. Also, if you guys are wondering about how my rarity turned out, she turned out like that. I kind of cut this part a little too short, but it looks really nice. I think I'm gonna add a little bow right here, but I'm probably gonna make that. I hope you guys enjoyed. Goodbye. Also, sorry if this was a little bit of a long one. I just don't want anything to be screwed up like that happened to me before, and I hate it. So I just want you guys to have everything perfectly. Okay, I'm done. Good night, goodbye, guys.